Hello there, we've discussed before the options for the location for your restaurant or cafe or bar, but we need to sort of think about what your engine room and your inputs from that are. We need to have a look at your services and your shell requirements for you to get the ideal unit. The sizing of your services and type of services will be dependent on your location, your type of cooking, and in some respects your belief in terms of sustainability issues. There's been a movement towards more cooking on electric rather than moving away from gas. But in the bullet point format, your services required will be a gas installation, ideally around about 16 metres cubed per hour. That's 120 kilowatt supply. That will be sized through a metre, probably of a U16 size. In terms of water, you're probably looking for a 32mm diameter incoming water pipe with a supply capacity of about 1.5 litres per second. That gives you a 3-bar water pressure, suitable for a coffee machine or other general use. In terms of your electrics, you're probably looking for something around about a minimum of 160 amp, 3-phase and neutral, although on a coffee shop you might operate down as low as 100 amp. In terms of drainage, you need to consider your wash-up, your toilet provision and your general drainage throughout your store. Therefore, I would suggest that you probably need, on average, around about 7 drainage points throughout. And these need to be located and spaced evenly to give you the best use of your unit. Also, maybe you want to consider grease traps. These often come up through building control, and you need to actually have consideration for how you're treating your grease and your offsets. We also need to consider your ventilation. Ideally, we take this with a dedicated, straight and suitable riser straight up to the roof and discharge at roof level. Although in city centre sites, sometimes we have to egress at street level. This involves more complex filtration on your kitchen extract. That could involve kits of UV insulation, carbon filtration and other suitable means. We also need to consider your fire rated access to your ventilation for cleaning and installation at each floor level. Maybe even a roof level plant platform suitable for your AC condensers and your ventilation plant. Other matters we need to consider is your means of escape, because this will dictate your internal occupancy. Ideally, with at least 2 means of escape, you can have far more numbers into your unit than you can with a single ingress and egress point. So ultimately, your shell specification needs to allow for acoustics and fire separation from others and other parts of the building. Your floor and ceiling loadings should satisfy local regulations for a restaurant. That's probably 5 kilonewtons if you're UK based. All floors, walls and ceilings should be finished to accept your final finishes. You need to consider your refuse collection and allocation and storage of. You also need to consider how you're going to make your deliveries from day to day, or maybe that's weekly. Finally, consider your fire alarm system, whether you're a standalone system, that's you on your own, or whether you're integrated with the rest of the building, which would ideally be a 2-stage system. So ultimately, we've talked about your shell specification and what you need for your building needs. If you need to talk any more on this, I'm always here to help. Please email me, look up through our website, or contact me through LinkedIn. I'm here to help.